Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. One garlic bulb can change everything. Have you ever walked through a stretch of life where everything seemed to fall apart? Your career stalls, finances feel like sand slipping through your fingers, arguments erupt over the smallest things, and even your body feels heavier than usual. You try harder, push through with a smile, tell yourself it's just a rough patch. But deep down, something feels off. Now imagine someone quietly placing a single garlic bulb, yes, just one, near their front door. Nothing else changes. No lottery tickets, no new job, no major decisions. Just that one garlic bulb, sitting silently in the corner. And within weeks, things shift. The arguments lessen. Their sleep improves. Money stops leaking mysteriously. Even chance encounters start bringing opportunity instead of frustration. Sounds absurd, doesn't it? How can something as humble and common as garlic possibly shift the energy of an entire household? And yet, this isn't just superstition. This is energy. This is Feng Shui. This is intention in action. And this, what you're about to discover, is a truth our ancestors understood deeply, but most of us have forgotten. Garlic isn't just food. In spiritual traditions across Asia, Europe, and even parts of the Middle East, garlic was revered not just for its healing properties, but for its protective aura. It was hung above doorways, placed under pillows, buried in gardens, and offered on altars, not because people believed in magic, but because they believed in energy. And in the system of Feng Shui, the ancient Chinese practice of balancing environments to support well-being, garlic holds a special role as a natural energy cleanser and guardian of good fortune. But here's where things get interesting. This video isn't about superstition. It's not about old wives' tales or kitchen myths. This is about understanding how your living space holds a conversation with your destiny, and how that conversation can shift with just a small, meaningful action. Over the next hour, you'll learn why garlic emits high-frequency protective energy, how placing it in the right spots around your home can cleanse stagnant, heavy vibrations, where to place it to block misfortune and attract prosperity, and why garlic, out of all things, has survived centuries as a quiet but powerful tool in the spiritual world. You'll also hear real stories of people who transformed their homes, careers, even relationships, without spending a dime, simply by respecting the energy of space and embracing the wisdom of placement. It might sound too simple to work, but the most profound things in life usually are. So stay with us. Keep an open mind. And before we move forward, leave a comment below with a positive affirmation to anchor your energy. Something like, I welcome peace and abundance into my life. Because that's how transformation starts, not with grand rituals, but with one sincere thought, one quiet action, one garlic bulb placed with intention. Let's begin. Part 1, The Dharma of Garlic, Ancient Protection in Modern Homes. At first glance, garlic is just garlic. It's that familiar bulb sitting on your kitchen counter, waiting to be tossed into a stir-fry or pasta sauce. It smells strong, it tastes bold, and most of us never give it a second thought, unless we're trying to avoid garlic breath before a date. But beneath its humble surface, garlic holds a secret power that sages, monks, healers, and everyday folks across the world have trusted for centuries. And no, this isn't some new age idea. This is ancient wisdom, wisdom that even modern science is beginning to catch up with. In the teachings of Buddhist and Taoist philosophy, everything in life is interconnected through energy, what the Chinese call qi. Every object, every action, every word, and every corner of your home carries a certain vibration. Some vibrations uplift and expand your life, while others weigh it down like invisible baggage. Garlic? It's one of those rare natural items that vibrates on a high protective frequency. Its pungent aroma isn't just a culinary trait, it's a natural barrier. In Feng Shui, strong smells are believed to disturb and break apart stagnant, dark, or malicious energies. Garlic's intense yang energy makes it especially powerful in dispelling yin energy, the kind that fosters fear, sickness, misfortune, and emotional heaviness. That's why in traditional households, from the countryside of Vietnam to rural Italy, you'll still find garlic bulbs hung near doorways or altars. People may not always articulate the why, but deep down, they know. It keeps the darkness out. Even in the West, garlic's reputation goes beyond cooking. Remember the legends about garlic warding off vampires? It sounds like pure fantasy, until you realize vampires were metaphors for unseen energies that drained life force. Whether you believe in spirits or not, the idea is consistent across cultures. Garlic protects. It's no wonder that during the Middle Ages, people would carry garlic in their pockets during long journeys. They believed it would shield them from illness, thieves, and misfortune. And surprisingly, scientifically, it kind of did. Garlic contains allicin, a powerful natural compound that kills bacteria, boosts immunity, and reduces inflammation. Even today, it's recognized by modern medicine for its antiviral and antibacterial qualities. But this video isn't about nutrition. It's about meaning. Because here's the thing, garlic's physical properties are only part of the story. The real transformation happens when you place it with intention. In Buddhism, we talk about the power of right action, doing small things with deep awareness. Lighting a candle. Bowing to a shrine. Even washing the dishes. Every act can become a prayer, if your mind is present. So what happens when you place a bulb of garlic, not just casually, but consciously, with the intention to cleanse your space and protect your energy? Suddenly, that garlic becomes more than a vegetable. It becomes a symbol of spiritual vigilance. It becomes your silent guardian. And it becomes a daily reminder that you have power over the energy that surrounds you. You don't need to be a monk to use garlic this way. You just need to be willing to believe, if even a little, that your space matters. And that the way you treat it reflects the way you treat yourself. And maybe that's what our ancestors really understood all along. Coming up next, we'll dive into the first, and most important, place to put your garlic. The front door. This one spot could completely shift the energy of your home. And your life. Let's continue. Part 2. Garlic at the front door, guarding the mouth of qi. Let's start at the place where everything enters your life, your front door. In Feng Shui, the front door is known as the mouth of qi. It's not just a passage for people and packages. It's where energy flows in and out of your home. And depending on how that energy moves, it can either feed your fortune, or slowly drain it away. Think of your front door like the front page of your life story. What's coming in? Is it peace? Or pressure? Opportunity? Or opposition? Now here's where garlic becomes your gatekeeper. In ancient times, it wasn't uncommon to see garlic braids or bulbs hanging above doorways. Even in some older American homes, especially in Italian or Greek neighborhoods, you might still spot this tradition clinging to the architecture. But this practice wasn't about cooking convenience or quirky decor. It was about protection. When you place garlic at your entrance, you're setting a vibrational filter. You're saying, only what uplifts is allowed in. It works on two levels. Energetic, the strong, active yang energy of garlic breaks apart low vibration energy before it even crosses your threshold. Jealousy, gossip, emotional residue, or even that strange heaviness some guests carry with them, it gets stopped at the door. Psychological, every time you walk past the garlic bulb, even if it's tucked discreetly in a bowl or pouch, it reinforces your intention. This home is protected. I am safe here. That message, repeated daily, starts to reshape how you feel, and how your environment feels around you. Here's a real-world story that might surprise you. A friend of mine, let's call her Natalie, was dealing with a strange run of misfortune. Her business was struggling, her neighbors suddenly became aggressive, and she was waking up each morning with anxiety. She didn't change her job or move to a new apartment. She simply placed 3 garlic cloves, wrapped in a red napkin, inside a small wooden bowl by her front door. That's it. Within 2 weeks, things began shifting. Not dramatically at first, but gradually. The tension with neighbors eased. She began sleeping better. An old client she'd lost touch with suddenly reached out. The energy had changed. She called me and said, I don't know if it's magic, Feng Shui, or placebo, but something's different. My home feels like mine again. If you're ready to try this yourself, start simple. Place 1 whole garlic bulb, dry, unpeeled, either just inside the front door, or outside near the entrance, ideally in a clean bowl or wrapped in red or yellow cloth, both lucky colors in Feng Shui. Replace it every few weeks once it starts to dry out or shrink. This tiny act is a signal, not just to your space, but to yourself, that you're taking back energetic control. Remember, protection doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's as quiet as a garlic bulb, waiting by the door. Next, we'll step into the heart of your home, the kitchen, where fire and nourishment meet. And yes, garlic belongs there too. But not just for flavor. Let's go deeper. Part 3, in the kitchen, fire, nourishment, and harmony. If the front door is the mouth of your home, then the kitchen is surely its heart. This is where fire meets food, where nourishment becomes energy, and where families, no matter how modern or messy, still gather, even if just in passing. In Feng Shui, the kitchen holds a special kind of power. It's the source of vital yang energy, the same life force that fuels your body, supports your finances, and keeps the emotional temperature of your home warm and stable. So when the energy in your kitchen is blocked, chaotic, or stale, it ripples into everything. And that's exactly why garlic belongs here, not just in your skillet, but in the very energy field of the room itself. Let me tell you about David and Rachel, a couple from Portland. They had a beautiful home. Stylish. Minimal. Instagram worthy. But for some reason, their kitchen always felt tense. They argued constantly while cooking. Burned meals were the norm. And worse, whenever they tried to plan their finances together, seated at the kitchen table, it always turned into a fight. A Feng Shui consultant visited and immediately noticed something. The stove was placed in a corner with no protective energy around it, facing a back door that was always open. Your fire is leaking, she said. She recommended something simple. Place a single garlic bulb, unpeeled, in a ceramic dish next to the stove. That's it. No crystals. No incense. Just garlic. Within a week, Rachel said the kitchen felt calmer. Within a month, their budgeting conversations stopped ending in fights. And oddly, even their food started tasting better. Here's why it worked. Garlic, with its warm, pungent yang energy, acts like a purifier in the heart of the home. It absorbs tension, neutralizes lingering negativity, and stabilizes the fire element, which is crucial in both Feng Shui and daily life. A kitchen with balanced energy supports health, wealth, and emotional peace. But one with unbalanced fire, too much heat, clutter, or chaos, can trigger arguments, financial stress, and health issues. When you place garlic near the stove, you're not just protecting your home's energy. You're honoring the place where nourishment becomes life. To try this for yourself, place one whole garlic bulb, unpeeled and clean, in a small bowl or dish beside your stove, on the counter, not directly on heat. Replace it every few weeks or when it starts to dry out. As you do, set a simple intention. May this fire nourish and protect. May this kitchen be peaceful. In the ancient teachings, fire was always sacred. In our modern world, we've just forgotten how to treat it that way. Let garlic help you remember. Up next, we'll visit a quiet corner that holds more power than you might expect. Your rice container or pantry, the hidden symbol of abundance. Let's explore. Part 4. In the rice container or pantry, where wealth is stored. There's something deeply symbolic about rice. It's more than a side dish or a pantry staple. It's a symbol of life, stability, and generational wealth in many cultures, especially across Asia. For centuries, families have measured their security not by the money in their bank, but by the grain in their jar. In Feng Shui, the rice container isn't just a storage bin. It's a sacred vessel of abundance. And like all things that attract wealth, it must be protected. That's where garlic comes in. Let me share a story from someone who never expected a garlic clove to change her mindset. Her name was Angela, a single mom in Ohio. Between bills, raising 2 kids, and juggling freelance work, she often found herself living paycheck to paycheck. It wasn't just the money that stressed her out, it was the constant feeling of lack. No matter how much she earned, something always came up, a repair, a fee, an emergency. One day, while exploring minimalist living and energy work, she stumbled across a tip: place garlic in your rice container to protect household abundance. Skeptical but curious, she placed 3 unpeeled garlic cloves, fresh, dry, and clean, into the bottom of her rice bin. Within a month, she noticed 2 things. Her rice stayed fresher than usual, no bugs, no moisture buildup. More importantly, her mindset around money began to shift. She started tracking spending, saving even small amounts, and felt less anxious opening bills. Opportunities she once ignored now seemed doable. Clients paid on time. Her sense of scarcity started to dissolve, not because garlic is magic, but because energy follows intention. When we place garlic in the rice container or pantry, what we're really doing is blessing our abundance. Rice symbolizes life and nourishment. Garlic symbolizes protection and purification. Together, they form a simple ritual. I protect what feeds me. I guard what sustains me. And don't underestimate your pantry either. A cluttered, damp, or forgotten pantry can breed the feeling of not enough. But a clean, well-arranged space with a few humble garlic bulbs tucked in the corners? That sends a powerful message to your subconscious. My home is abundant. My needs are met. That's a truth that shifts lives, not through superstition, but through energetic alignment. Want to try this at home? Place 1 to 3 whole garlic cloves, dry and unpeeled, inside your rice container. You can also tuck garlic bulbs into the corners of your pantry shelves. Every time you scoop rice or grab a snack, take a moment to say, "Thank you for this abundance. I protect what feeds me." If you've found value in this journey so far, help us grow our spiritual community. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a little energetic protection in their life. And if you've already placed garlic somewhere in your home, drop a comment below and tell us where. We'd love to hear your story. Next, we'll explore one of the most unexpected places to use garlic for energy protection: your work desk. Let's continue. Part 5. Garlic on your desk, protecting focus, career and inner strength. We often think of energy as something mystical, floating through incense smoke or humming in ancient temples. But the truth is, energy is everywhere. It's in your bedroom, your pantry, and yes, even your office. Especially your office. Whether you work from home or sit in a cubicle under fluorescent lights, your desk is more than a piece of furniture. It's the altar of your ambition. It's where you write, think, plan, reply, pitch, grind. It's where you build your future, task by task. And just like any sacred space, it needs protection. Modern work culture is noisy. It's filled with deadlines, notifications, meetings, subtle competition, unspoken tensions, and plenty of invisible energy floating around. Ever sat down at your desk and instantly felt heavy? Foggy? Unmotivated? That's not just burnout. It might be energetic clutter, and garlic, once again, has your back. Let's take a quick example from someone you probably know, Steve Jobs. While he didn't use garlic on his desk, as far as we know, Jobs was obsessed with simplicity and energy flow. His workspace was famously minimal, intentional, and clear of distractions. He believed in creating space for creative energy to move freely. In a way, placing garlic on your desk channels that same principle, removing noise, strengthening clarity, and protecting your mental space. Feng Shui practitioners often recommend placing a whole garlic bulb, wrapped in red or yellow cloth, on the far left corner of your desk, known as the wealth and career corner. This isn't about superstition. It's about aligning your space to support your inner power. Here's how garlic helps. It absorbs energetic static from things like gossip, toxic conversations, and workplace stress. It strengthens your focus and presence, helping your mind stay clear. It sends a signal to your subconscious: this is a sacred space for growth. I protect it. A woman named Vanessa, a marketing director in Chicago, shared how she started using garlic on her desk after seeing one of our videos. At first, she was embarrassed. What would her coworkers think? But after just 1 week, she noticed she was less reactive during meetings. She found herself finishing proposals faster. And strangely enough, the tension she used to feel with a colleague just faded. The garlic stayed. Want to try it? Choose a clean, fresh garlic bulb, not peeled. Wrap it in a soft red or yellow cloth and place it on your desk's top left corner. Replace every few weeks, especially if it shrivels. Most importantly, sit down each morning, glance at it, and affirm: I guard my focus. I protect my progress. I invite opportunity. Because in a chaotic world, clarity is a form of wealth. And garlic? It's more than a protector. It's your quiet ally. Next up, we're heading to the most intimate and energetically sensitive space in your entire home, under your bed. Let's go deeper. Part 6. Garlic under the bed, cleansing sleep and silent energies. Your bedroom is where you rest, recover, and renew. But have you ever noticed that no matter how early you go to bed, you still wake up exhausted? Or maybe your dreams are chaotic, your mind races at night, or there's just an unsettling feeling in the room, even when everything looks clean? The answer might be hiding in a place most people never think to check. Under the bed. In Feng Shui, the space beneath your bed is like a basement for your energy field. It quietly collects emotional residue, stagnant qi, and even energetic leftovers from your day. If this space is cluttered, dusty, or energetically heavy, it can directly impact your sleep, your health, and even your relationships. And what's the best natural purifier for low, stagnant energy? You guessed it, garlic. Let me introduce you to Jason, a software engineer in Seattle. For months, he'd been feeling foggy in the mornings. He wasn't depressed, but he wasn't exactly thriving either. He tried adjusting his diet, cutting screen time, even investing in fancy bedding, but nothing worked. On a whim, after hearing about energy cleansing from a friend, he placed 3 garlic cloves, unpeeled and dry, inside a cotton pouch and slid it under the center of his bed, just beneath where his chest would rest. That night, he had the best sleep in weeks. After a few days, his mood began lifting. The nightmares that used to plague him disappeared. And, most surprisingly, he found himself waking up with clarity and motivation, without hitting snooze. Why does this happen? In spiritual traditions, nighttime is the yin phase of the day. It's when your body restores, your mind processes emotion, and your energy recharges. But if your sleeping environment is energetically dirty, you end up absorbing more stress than peace. Garlic's yang essence balances out this excess yin. Its protective frequency acts like a quiet sentry, keeping spiritual noise and emotional debris at bay. The result? Deeper sleep, cleaner dreams, clearer mornings. To try this, here's all you need. Take 2 to 3 whole garlic cloves, dry, firm, unpeeled. Place them in a breathable cloth pouch, cotton or muslin is ideal. Slide the pouch under your bed, either beneath your head or center body position. Replace every month, or sooner if the cloves begin to shrivel. And when you lie down at night, try this affirmation. I deserve peace. I am safe. I release all energy that does not serve me. The world is loud enough. Your sleep shouldn't be. Let garlic help you build a sanctuary, silent, sacred, and protected. In the next part, we're stepping outside, into your garden, or even the pots on your balcony. Because even the soil beneath your feet holds energy. And yes, garlic has something to offer there too. Let's go. Part 7. In the garden or plant pots, grounding your home's energy. Step outside for a moment. Take a breath. Feel the earth beneath your feet. There's something ancient and comforting about soil, isn't there? Whether you have a backyard garden, a balcony full of pots, or just a single plant on your windowsill, the presence of living, rooted things changes the energy of a space. In Feng Shui, the earth element is deeply tied to stability, nourishment, and long-term wealth. But just like any other energy, it can become polluted or depleted, especially if your outdoor areas are neglected or constantly under stress. And here's where garlic steps in, not just as a kitchen ingredient, but as a quiet earth guardian. Let me tell you about Mark, a retired veteran living in Arizona. He kept a small vegetable patch behind his home, more for therapy than food. But over time, the garden stopped thriving. Plants struggled, pests took over, and no matter what he did, the soil felt tired. On a tip from a friend studying Eastern medicine, Mark buried 5 garlic cloves, evenly spaced, around the perimeter of his garden. No ceremony, no expectation, just an intention: cleanse this space. 3 weeks later, something changed. The basil exploded with green. The soil smelled richer. The birds returned. But more than anything, Mark said the garden just felt alive again. Here's the Feng Shui behind that story. Garlic, when buried in soil, releases subtle yang energy that merges with the earth. It not only purifies old stagnant energy, like emotional echoes or spiritual residue, but also creates a natural boundary, repelling low vibrational influences. This works especially well in gardens with recurring plant issues or that feel energetically off. Potted plants in apartments, where energy is tight and stagnant. Balcony edges or entrance corners, where energy tends to accumulate or leak. You don't need a green thumb. You just need an open heart. To try this, choose clean, firm garlic cloves, no need to peel. Bury them 1 to 2 inches deep around your garden, or place 1 clove in each large potted plant. Replace every 6 to 8 weeks, or when fully decomposed. As you plant, say, "May this soil be pure. May it protect what grows. May this space support peace and prosperity." You'll be amazed by how the energy shifts, not just in your plants, but in yourself. Because when the earth beneath you feels alive, you begin to feel rooted, supported, and strong. And isn't that what true wealth is? Not just having more, but feeling like you're growing from solid ground. Next, we'll take this energy on the move, into your car, your second living space. Because where you go, your energy goes too. Let's ride. Part 8, in your car, driving with protection and flow. Think about how much time you spend in your car. Commuting to work. Picking up your kids. Sitting in traffic. Running errands. Taking long drives just to clear your head. Your car isn't just transportation, it's a moving energy field. It holds your moods, your intentions, your thoughts in motion. And just like your home, if your car's energy becomes clouded or tense, it can reflect in your life as delays, accidents, or unexplained bad luck. So what can you do about it? Bring garlic along for the ride. Let's talk about Alicia, a real estate agent in Atlanta. She was constantly on the road, showing homes to clients, bouncing between appointments. But for several months, her car became a magnet for stress, flat tires, engine lights, even a minor fender bender in a parking lot. One day, while watching a Feng Shui video, she heard someone mention, "Your car is your second home. Keep its energy clean." She took it seriously. She placed 3 garlic cloves in a small cotton pouch and tucked it inside her glove compartment. Quiet. Simple. Private. Within days, the strange tension lifted. Her drives felt smoother. Her clients were more pleasant. And for the first time in months, she said, "I felt like the car belonged to me again, not the chaos around me." So why does garlic work in a vehicle? In Feng Shui, a car represents your life's direction, your ability to move forward, to pursue goals, and to maintain flow. If your car's energy is blocked or chaotic, it can subtly mirror personal stagnation, misfortune, or roadblocks in your career or relationships. Garlic acts as a mobile energy filter. It absorbs residual tension from road rage, frustration, or exhaustion. It creates an invisible shield that helps protect against accidents or energy disruptions. And symbolically, it affirms your intention to move forward with peace. It's like hanging a charm, but instead of being decorative, it's energetically functional. Here's how to apply it. Take 3 to 5 dry garlic cloves, unpeeled. Place them in a breathable cloth pouch. Tuck it into your glove box, side door compartment, under the seat, or even in the trunk. Replace every 6 to 8 weeks, or sooner if it starts to soften or rot. Before your next drive, hold the pouch for just a moment and say, With clarity and calm, I move forward. I am protected on every path. Simple. No rituals. No incense. Just a grounded practice of traveling through life with awareness. Because your journey doesn't begin at your destination. It begins the moment you open the door. Next, we return to the most sacred part of many spiritual homes, the altar. Because if there's one place garlic truly shines in energetic cleansing, it's beside your offerings, where energy meets spirit, and intention meets outcome. Let's go there next. Part 9, on the wealth altar, honoring spirit, guarding fortune. Every home, no matter how big or small, has a space where intention lives. It might be a shelf with family photos, a quiet corner with a candle, a small Buddha statue, a bowl of fruit, or a handwritten prayer. This is your altar, the place where your material world meets your spiritual world. And in Feng Shui, the altar is far more than decoration. It's a gateway of energy, especially when dedicated to wealth, protection, or ancestral blessings. But here's the truth most people overlook. Even spiritual spaces can collect energetic dust. That's why garlic belongs here too. Garlic may not seem like a sacred offering. It's not sweet-smelling like incense or visually delicate like flowers. But in energetic terms, garlic is a spiritual purifier, a kind of silent warrior that keeps the altar space clear, balanced, and protected. In both Buddhist and Taoist traditions, strong yang items like garlic were placed near sacred spaces to repel negative spirits, block low vibrations, and preserve energetic integrity. Because an altar isn't just for honoring what's divine, it's for protecting what's sacred. Let me share the story of an entrepreneur named Jordan from San Diego. He built a small altar in his office, just a wooden shelf with a money frog, some fresh flowers, and a candle. He used it to ground his goals and offer gratitude each morning before work. But over time, he noticed his business momentum stalling. Deals slipped through. Motivation disappeared. Something in the energy felt dull. A Feng Shui advisor visited and said, "Your altar is beautiful, but it's unguarded." She suggested placing a single garlic bulb, fresh and unpeeled, at the left corner of the altar, near the water offering. "This keeps the energy clean," she said. "It protects the intention." Skeptical but open, Jordan followed the advice. 2 weeks later, things started moving again, clients returned, conversations opened, and his clarity sharpened. The altar became a place of renewal, not just routine. If you have an altar, or even just a corner where you focus your hopes and intentions, try this. Take one clean garlic bulb, unpeeled. Place it in a small ceramic dish or directly on the altar's surface. Ideally, position it on the left side, the wood element side in Feng Shui, or near water elements. Replace it monthly or when it dries out. Before each prayer, affirmation, or moment of silence, acknowledge it. I protect this sacred space. I purify the energy that flows here. It's not about garlic itself. It's about what it represents: devotion with protection, faith with clarity, and spirituality with energetic discipline. Because wealth, luck, and peace don't just come to those who pray for it. They come to those who create space for it to stay. As we approach the final part of our journey, we'll reflect on everything we've learned, from front doors to rice jars, beds to gardens, and explore how this small, everyday object carries a lesson far greater than its size. Let's bring it all together. Part 10, Simple Garlic, Profound Power. By now, you've probably started to see garlic in a whole new light. Not just as a kitchen essential. not just a home remedy passed down by your grandmother, but as something far deeper, an ancient ally quietly waiting to protect, purify, and support your life's energy. Throughout this journey, we've explored how one humble garlic bulb, when placed with intention, can influence nearly every corner of your existence. At your front door, it filters what enters, allowing in prosperity, keeping out misfortune. In your kitchen, it stabilizes fire energy, helping your nourishment become healing. Within your rice container or pantry, it secures your abundance, physically and spiritually. On your desk, it guards your focus and career trajectory. Under your bed, it shields your sleep and resets your spirit. In your garden or pots, it grounds your space and helps your luck grow. Inside your car, it protects your movement and life's direction. On your altar, it safeguards sacred intention and keeps spiritual energy clear. And what does all of this tell us? That true wealth, true protection, and true peace don't come from how grand your house is, but from how intentionally you live in it. The beauty of Feng Shui isn't in superstition, it's in subtlety. It teaches us that energy is real, that space holds memory, and that what we place in our environment becomes a mirror of who we are becoming. In Buddhist philosophy, this mirrors the concept of mindful placement, how every act, no matter how small, can become a spiritual practice when done with presence and care. Placing garlic isn't about believing in magic. It's about believing in energy, and more importantly, in your power to shift it. Consider this, a garlic bulb is just that, a bulb. It doesn't glow. It doesn't chant. It doesn't ring like a bell. But it does exactly what it's meant to do. It holds a vibrational frequency strong enough to push away what doesn't belong and make room for what does. That is spiritual mastery in its simplest form. And the lesson is clear. You don't need expensive tools. You don't need rituals you don't understand. You don't need permission from anyone. You just need intention, a little space, and the willingness to believe that change can begin with something as simple as a garlic clove. So the question now is, where will you place your garlic? Which area of your life feels heavy, neglected, or energetically vulnerable? Is it the front door, where stress walks in with the mail? Is it the kitchen, where you've been cooking in chaos? Is it under the bed, where you haven't been sleeping deeply for weeks? Or is it on the altar, where your prayers feel unanswered? Wherever it is, know this, the moment you place that garlic, intentionally, lovingly, and mindfully, you've already begun to shift the energy. Because Feng Shui isn't about changing your furniture. It's about changing your relationship with space. It's about learning to live as if the invisible matters. Because it does. If this video has helped you reflect on your home, your energy, or your spiritual path in any way, please give it a like, and subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma. We share insights just like this, blending ancient traditions with real-life transformation. And we'd love to have you on this journey. Leave a comment below with a positive affirmation or your favorite garlic placement. Try something like, I invite energy that supports me. I release energy that holds me back. Let that be your intention today. And most of all, remember this, transformation doesn't have to be big. It just has to begin. Thank you for watching. May your space be clear, your energy strong, and your fortune forever flowing.